if you know there's capacity issues at 12 Mile Creek, which we know there is, and you purchase Site B, what was the thought process of leasing it back to whoever you purchased it from for 10 years or whatever it was, for how much was it a year?
So Brian gave me an overview of the staff's, and now we're getting into politics, so let's talk about the politics of it. First of all, Site B has no development whatsoever. We don't know if the state will give us a $2 million, $4 million, $8 million, which is small, but that's why it's $8 million discharge permit. If they give us a $4 million discharge permit, then all the stuff that's up there, that would take $2 million from the lower Crooked Creek plant, because they want to move it to the upper Crooked Creek to get this set built. So that takes 2 million gallons away they want. Then, so now you've got the Poplar Road pump station. The Poplar Road pump station has 2 million gallons roughly in it, and it's pumping it down 12 Mile Creek. Well, they want to take that and turn it around to that plant. So 4 million gallons, take it out right there. So we're just replacing capacity that we already have up there. Then, any other capacity is going to be used for that area, for homes to be built in that area, not down here. Your concerns here are the 6 Mile Creek. How much can we get from the 6 Mile Creek to San Diego?
I mean, I have more. That's not my only concern. I have a lot of concerns, but that is one of them. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So here's the other part. To do the upper Crooked Creek basin, the estimate is $300 million. We can spend $80 million and do the same for 12 Mile Creek. We can spend $50 million and upgrade it to the next level, which opens up let's say 5,300 houses in this area, plenty commercial. 5,300 houses. We can go to 12 million. We're already permitted at 12 million gallons a day on the 12 Mile Creek plant. We're actually using 6 million gallons a day. So double what you have here now in houses and growth, and you can have that on 12 Mile Creek today. With the capacity we've already promised. And it costs a third or less of the cost of building a new plant in the whole county, which may or may not have anything down here whatsoever.
Okay, but why is it tied up in a lease for 10 years? Because hold on. Because you have said you don't know what the capacity is going to be, which I understand you've gone in for the permits, et cetera, which is, I think, is a smart thing to do. But in the meantime, so what if they come back and they're like 8 million? And they're going to tell you that in 6 months, a year, however long the permitting process takes, but you've now tied it up for 10 years.
That plant's been tied up for over 20 years.
But right now, it's currently tied up in a lease for 10 years. Why?
And the road's there, can't come to the road.
But why is it tied up in a lease? You can work with, why?
Because we wanted it to be tied up in a lease.
That's not an answer. It's not.
People here have asked for years that we manage growth. Every county commission for the last 20 years has been elected to manage growth. Is that true of all state?
I don't know what other municipalities have done, but yes.
Every county commission that's run for office said, we're one.
I don't know what everyone has done.
So, when we did that, that's the only way the county commission can manage growth. Now, you're going to be in opposition.
By tying it up for 10 years?
Yes, because it would take us 10 years to do what we're going to be doing.
But it might not. Because if you are going, you can't even start construction on it. So then it's an additional 10 years. Well, that's great.
Small property in an LLC in Northern Union County, this has no effect on me whatsoever as a town village market.
It doesn't matter. Right now, I am a citizen of Union County.
You pay no tax money for that.
How do I not pay tax money for
The
that?
state gave us ARPA funds, or promised us ARPA funds.
So you paid how much for it?
1.6.
Okay. And did you get the ARPA funds for it?
The ARPA funds are supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
So
Have
those
you
ARPA
gotten
funds
it?
are federal funds, so we all did pay those originally. We all have to pay those, yes, in our federal taxes. So what Kim is trying to get at is we are all county citizens here, and we all deserve a good answer, just like we give good answers to our constituents. When we ask a question, it's not just because we said so, because we're not God, we're not a king, we're not any of that. We are elected officials to represent the community. You're skirting around the answer.
I'll tell you, and I've said this at one too. When we started looking at that land, I actually asked our manager to approach the city of Detroit, to ask them if they want to partner. We can't afford $300 million for a new sewer plant. We need to get the same capacity for $80 million right here at 12 Mile Creek, which we already have permitted, we already have planned. Our CIP is $1.3 billion. Your rates as ratepayers, how many are on county water and sewer? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're on well and septic tank. Everybody else on well and septic tank. Everybody who pays, you pay a 33% increase in your water and sewer rate. And then they told us it's going to be 2 to 3% each year for the next foreseeable future. Then they came back and said, well, we were wrong. It's going to be another 22% increase on your water and sewer rates. And then 7% a year thereafter for the foreseeable future. We had complaints from residents in Union County saying, we can't afford all this. You know, we're tired of our water bills going up and up and up. I've had complaints from people saying, you should pay $70 for water and sewer, and I'm paying $130 for water and sewer. So the people who elect us, the people in other areas other than Marvin, have told us we can't stand it. And while there's areas in the county that can stand it, and what we're told is it's affordable. People here can afford it. Because we have such a high rate of people that have high incomes, then we can all afford these increases to do things that don't make much sense, like spending $300 million on a sewer plant that we can spend 80 and get the same capacity just down the road.
I think what is frustrating from our standpoint and the developers is they went through a long process. They spent a lot of money, and the county basically outlined the steps in which they should take to get approval.
So we outlined the steps that they have to take in order to get the board to review their project. I want everyone to clearly told the board, these are reasons you can deny it, these are reasons you can approve it.
Okay.
They're not required to approve the project just because the developer submitted the information.
Okay. Somewhere, but
Required to approve the rezoning just because they applied.
well, it impacted Marvin directly because now we have a heritage district that we spent a lot of time and money on that you guys were aware of. I'm assuming, I'm assuming that you were aware of that we were doing a Marvin Heritage District. At some point in time, you should have said, I would probably hold off on that because you're not going to get a pump station. So we've done everything. We've fought with our community, with the people that didn't want a heritage district. They just want to keep it the way it is. And we've done a lot of heavy lifting to get it to that point, and then you go, no. Now, that's just my statement on that. So I think there's some culpability, I think, on the county's part to go, you know what, we've probably been a better steward of our municipality if we would have just had that upfront conversation and